Hey everybody, it's Sophia from No Love Laws 2.0. So here we are with another episode. We just was talking about different topics and we just wanted to have you guys tune in and show some love to the community out there. So shout out to the LGBTQ members and all y'all little plus plus plus. And here we go. So we're having a conversation about not just sex, but sexuality. And children and having kids that are possibly gay or nieces and nephews and different things like that. And we just was like, yo, this shit ain't easy. And when you live through it, you don't realize that, oh, wait a minute, I really went through something. So we were just talking about the condition of different things that happen in our community that are not the factor of the sexual orientation, but what happens to our mental with everything that we have around us when we don't have either the support or just society just chooses to tear us down. This isn't a sympathy episode. This is just stories of what we have went through and how we feel. So I'm gonna pass it to Jesus and we're gonna get into it.
Yes, let's speak the unspeakable. So, yes, Sophia.
So you was talking
We,
about if you saw when you see these little boys or
yes,
kids
yeah,
out here walking around with purses
yeah,
and how you're scared for them.
yeah. No, definitely. One of the biggest emotions because I'm proud. I'm proud of them for being able to be them and walk the streets. With pride. But it scares me because this world is very, very cruel. And especially, knowing that you're like 10 years old, this world don't have any hair in their tongue, like I like to say. They don't like something, they're gonna say something. And that goes beyond it. Now it goes into psychological. Now you can damage this 10-year-old kid. You know what I mean? Where it's just a domino effect. So it's like it's scary because not only that, but also the bully, the attacks. I actually once worked with this transgender girl lady. Not that long ago, my first time, honestly, have ever worked with a transgender who, was in the transition, kind of still had the little beard, but wanted to be a her. Her pronouns was her, she, them, she, her, and them. Took me a while.
Yeah.
Her name was Ricky. Let's call her Ricky.
Let's call her Ricky.
And Ricky, she would tell me these stories that, on her way to work, on the train, somebody will come up to her and spit on her and say, "Stop acting like a woman. You're a man." And, my first instinct was, did you beat that bitch ass? Like, I would have, what?
That's still happening. Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's so sad because she said, well, I just wiped the spit off because I'm already used to this. This is nothing, like this happens to me all the time. And I'm like,
So
she's become numb. And it's just so sad because it's like, damn. Like, and I applaud her because she still walks the way she walks and she wants to dress how she wants to dress, but you're used to being attacked
and disrespect.
and disrespected. And then you sit and wonder, is this the world we live in?
It definitely is.
It's and then going back to as a kid, and we were just talking about this, like, I was closeted for 18 years. And, I always wanted, I've, had sisters and I've always been, go anywhere with my sisters. And I would see how they dress. And I liked it. I liked the heels. That was my favorite part, the heels. I mean, it was to the point that when my sister would go to school, I would go into their closet and just take out their heels and start walking until my father would catch me. And he would like, take those shits off. And I'll be running my taquitos. But, but I also had to put on a mask for 18 years and be this straight guy that, even though I was bullied saying that, I was gay and I was trying to prove people wrong. I'm not gay. I had all these girlfriends and everything like that. But then, when I finally accepted that I am gay and it's okay to be gay, like it's okay. I can still have a family being gay, I could still have kids, that it really opened up a new world for me. Like, I was able to, it wasn't not metaphorically. I was able to breathe. Like, oh my God, If I want to walk with, with some hip movement, I can walk with hip.
Mm.
If I want to talk with my hands, I'm gonna talk with my hands. You know what I mean? Like, there's no more like I have to be this masculine man. Like,
Yes.
what about you, Sophia? Was it always like that? Like,
For me, baby, I always been gay, but I did do the girlfriends and fucking girls and did all that. But for my family, I don't know. They knew, but they said they didn't know. But for me, I think growing up, especially even becoming coming out as a gay man, I'm this big black guy, so I'm expected to show masculinity only. That's it. You are a mask. Yeah, I'm a top, but you have to be a mask top because you're not a top if you're not masked. And and that comes with that standard. And like my husband will tell you, I'm masked and I'm femme. I got a little bit of both. It depends on what the energy I feel like giving that day. But it's most of the time, yes. Do I sit in my masculine role with my husband? Yes, but that's because I also feed over his energy. But most I used to feel like I had to always be masked because if I wasn't, then I still wouldn't be accepted in the gay community as well because it's like, nigga, you 6'3", 200 pounds. What you doing? Like, and I used to even. I'm not gonna lie about it. I used to be like, oh nah, that's not cool. Like, if I'm gonna be a gay guy, I gotta be a masked guy. I gotta still act like a man. I gotta because I grew. Oh, I had a father. That was the mindset I used to have, and then I realized that no, bitch, I'm gay. I could be what? I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna feel how I feel. If I feel like going to get my motherfucking nails done, now and I get clear polish or black polish, that's my motherfucking business. But it took for me to be with my ex-husband because he was a makeup artist and he would walk down the street dressed up every day, hair done, makeup done. There was 7 days a week. He worked at Sephora, then he ended up at Mac. And baby, he just was like seeing that confidence in him and him being okay with me not always just fully just being mass, mass, mass. He was just like, as long as you my top, he was like, I don't care. He was like, cause I ain't no damn top. But that was his number one rule. Like, and I'm like, oh, you ain't never got to worry about that, cause I don't want that in me. But he was the first person that made me say, you know what, it's okay if I'm a little feminine because I can add feminine and it's okay. But in the gay community, we do get judged in that community too. Because you a top, but you act like a bottom. But what does that have to do with me being a more feminine or more dominant? What does that have to do with the way I play in the bedroom? Because these same dom dudes is taking it down like they bottoms too, and there's nothing wrong with that. But they hide the fact that they're bottoms because of I want to be more mass in the community, like that.
upstate New York, and I had this guy named CJ who was very masculine. And and I was like, you know what, fuck it. No one knows me up here. It's brand new. I can act however I want to act. So I came out bottomish. I was feminine as fuck. And he comes upstairs to my house and we're sitting talking and I'm about to get a little explicit here. Is it okay?
Yeah.
And we here talking and then he hits me with that masculine word. Ooh, that top. Oh, here it goes. You want to suck my dick? And I was like, ooh, yes, honey. Like, sure, why not? So I'm doing it, whatever. And then he goes, get naked. I'm like, you sure about that? You sure you want me to get naked? And then so I'm like, all right. So I take off my pants and he goes, damn. And I'm like, you know what? It's time to reverse this shit. I'm like, yeah, you like how I gave you head? He goes, yeah. I'm like, now it's time for you to suck my dick. And he went snap of the finger, bottom mode. While proceeding to do so, wanted me to go inside. I thought you was a top. So, it goes based off like
Everybody playing a role.
exactly, at the end of the day, you're not just one thing. You may like one thing, but everyone has that curiosity enough.
Let me tell you, I'm very honest, and I said this on my podcast before. I said, bottom is not something I would do, but I said if I ever get married, I would do it, and I have done it in my husband is I have done it with him at least a few times, and I just was like, at first I used to be like, oh no. Oh no. And I remember I told Moses and he was like, wait, you told me you wouldn't do that until you was married. I said, Moses, remember you were there when I got married? Like, and he was like, oh yeah. I said, yeah. I said, because my thing was, I said, if I ever do that, I want to do that with somebody that really shows me a strong commitment because I was, molested as a child. So the first time something like that happened to me, I was like, never again. It was a mental block, like, no, I will never be violated. I was violated at 7. So my whole thing was if I'm gonna be gay, nobody's gonna touch my backside. Yeah. So all these years to get to 33 years old and you know at 33 years old I finally got fucked. Yeah, and I did not like it. uh but the third time it happened I said, wait a minute, that was all right. That's all right. I don't know if I'm gonna want it again, but whatever you did, it felt good for the first time. I like, oh my God. I was like, wait a minute. That's what that is? That's what I be doing? But I still don't want to do it. But I just was like, if he wants it from me, I'll do it. Because, he's my husband. That's one thing I always said, that I will submit to my husband physically, always in any way. Not all the time, but when he wants it, if he really wants it, then I'll be like, all right, go ahead. So I know that for me, I think I would be scared, like, for my son to be gay, only because it's not because I wouldn't love him. It's just how would the world take him? It's not because I wouldn't love him. It has nothing to do with that. It's just seeing, like, I've seen friends commit suicide.
Yep.
I've seen friends strung out on drugs that what, bitch, we was just playing football in high school together.
Yep.
I'm like, we 33 years old. Y'all niggas is dead. Yeah, I'm being like, a lot of the people from the gay community, it's like, or the AIDS, and it's because they wasn't even getting tested. And it's just like, damn. I was like, I have a lot of gay friends who are not here from either drugs, suicide, or life.
Fear, and we were just talking about this actually about prep, right? Where you live, how hard it is to get prep,
Yeah.
right? Why? What do they call it?
Infectious disease center.
I would want to kill myself as a gay man just to even think that I have to go into this
In the
place.
state in the South, in that part of the South, they will not, your primary care doctor will not prescribe it. You would have to go to a specialist, because even if you don't have it and you want a preventative, they will not provide it. You would have to pay through insurance, will cost you more money if you don't have premium insurance. I paid $400, almost $400 a month insurance to have premium insurance just to get something as a preventative. And I have to go to a place where people have it just to be treated.
Yeah, and that's crazy because like it it wouldn't draw me to go in there, even if it is to prevent. And it's because it's like now you're going against your ego, your character. Like you don't have the sickness, but in order to get these preventive medication, you have to go into the center with these sick people, and
That's why a lot of people move to New York, though.
Yeah.
Because the health insurance is better here.
And
Yeah,
you can get it. Like I go to
get
City,
more help here.
yeah, City MD. Even though some doctors are stupid and illiterate to the gay community, because I went to City MD because I was having some issues, but I was clean anyways. And I was like, hey, I need some doxy, and he was like, but you don't have chlamydia, and I'm like, sweetie, I'm a gay man.
Yeah.
I'm a single gay man.
Nope. Because I had asked for the doctor, was like, well, you don't have it, so you don't need it.
Yeah.
I didn't ask. I didn't say that. I said prescribe it.
Yes,
So I
can
can
have
have
it.
it.
Yeah, and he was like, "But I don't get it." And I'm like, he goes, "It's only for chlamydia." I said, "Sir, it's to prevent STIs.
And
You should know that. Yeah, not just chlamydia. Like you should." And I googled it right in front of him. So he was like,
My
"Oh,
doctor in the South said, the doctors were ignorant down there to the gay community. He said the first time I met him, he said, I'm going to tell you, since you're new down here, he said, the LGBT community is very discriminated against with doctors down here. They will deny and not take you in live. And he told me that. And I was like, really? In 2022, it was like 2022. I said, in 2022? He said, yes.
wow." You see, and it's just like
The doctor said that.
you know, point the point I'm trying to get across is it is beautiful to be gay. It is beautiful. You get to be yourself without limitations where, other people won't. And as much as I would love for everybody, even my own kids, to be who they want to be, whether it's gay or straight, regardless of who they want to sleep with, just to be themselves is a key point of this whole
Because I
thing.
feel like that's the ultimate happiness is being fulfilled and happy with yourself.
Exactly.
How do you feel, Moses? How do you feel about being a gay man?
Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Moses. Uh, I mean, I'm very close to a lot of things. I mean, I haven't had much experience. I just stay to myself. But there's challenges. Yeah, it's challenges to it.
Are you proud of being gay?
Are you proud of being gay? Are you fully in love with your sexuality, or are you still learning about your sexuality?
Those are some big, big questions.
Okay, so it's okay if you can't answer them. We just say next question.
No, no, it's just I've always been an open person, so I don't put labels on myself. So I wouldn't say I'm gay. I would just say I like what I like, and that's it. If
Okay.
if
You pan. No, no.
I don't know, yeah, I don't put labels.
No, but pansexual
Means they love
anything.
Well, I mean, I do have my standards and stuff, but like not.
Because it's not what you just said.
Yeah, rip the
No, but it's just it goes back to just not having any kind of labels.
So, as a young gay man coming out, how was that for you? Not your come out story, but were you scared about it? Was it like worry, concern, not from just your family, just society?
Not really, no, because I've always been a love person. So my sight, even kind of coming out, end of high school, it's just been more looking for love. It was never getting friends and you know going through the life with the sex and stuff and all that. It's I never was part of the whole drama things that may arise when you have a lot of friends.
Mhm.
And
Or in the gay community.
well, that too. Yeah, that too. But yeah, I never went like hung out with a group of gays. At a young age, and
So were you mostly to yourself?
yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so I can understand where you coming from. And that's all right because everybody's journey in life, not just the community, in life is going to be different or it's going to be their own version or their own view. So as a gay man now, oh, I mean you're not a gay man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, as a person who loves love, um how do you feel about yourself now and how would you not with your children how would you tell your younger self how you would feel like how would you talk to your younger self as a person who loves love?
Well, that's that. I'll say a lot of things. I think we each would say a lot of things to our younger selves to
Tell me
prepare.
too.
I'll get there. I'll get there 1 second. But yeah, it's like all of us, will say a lot of things to our younger self, basically to prepare them to what issues may arise, because you don't want to tell them issues that are going to come. So they're gonna try to do things to kind of prevent it.
Mhm.
So what I would do to my younger self is give them qualities. Tell him and give him qualities that you're going to need for the challenge that you're going to face.
Mhm.
Come my age. So yeah, I would just little things as in I guess the number one thing would just be, I guess, accept I guess accept you for you, and like yeah, basically more confident stuff.
Mhm.
One, I would just say to love what you are. So if I never consider myself to be, or to have a label or something, then accept that, and stand on that, and like what you like. I've always kind of been a neutral person, and I've also kind of tried to see people, different perspectives of people. But I'll tell my younger self, if that's how you feel, stand on it. Other people are gonna have opinions about how you're gonna move with your life and the things that you are gonna do. And that might make you kind of think twice. I'm like, you know what? Maybe that person's right. Maybe I shouldn't do this, or maybe I should do this way. I'll tell myself, no. If that's what you feel and that's what you want and you want to do it that way, you go and you do it that way because that's the way you would do it. So you do it your way, and whatever issues that come along, you figure it out. But but
I like that.
yeah, and don't do, you know, don't really follow, what exactly what people say, because at the end it's like what they're telling you is how they would do it, because they know how to deal with they're gonna know how to deal with the issues when it comes about, you know. So we all might deal with situations differently, because yeah, like we'll know how to work around it. So one, I would just be just like, you are what you are, that's about it, so you stand on that. And two, and then just multiple things. And then one that will more come out, it would just be to be more assertive,
Mm-hmm.
to be more assertive, and just be more. No, I think it's just that. I think it's to be more assertive, and kind of just, yeah, just kind of flow with what, yeah, the things that you want to do, and your thoughts and the path you want to take. Just kind of be more foot down with the things that you would like to pursue, the things that you like to do.
Okay, okay. What's two things you tell your younger gay self? Hey, I mean, can I call you gay? I'm sorry. I apologize, y'all. Uh, okay, so and I'm not being shady towards Moses. Yeah, I really had to think about it because I wanted to be respectful. That's why. Yeah, respectful. So, as a gay man, what would you tell your younger self? Two things.
Two things. One would be yourself,
Mm-hmm.
like what Moses said, right? I was closeted, so don't be closeted. You like boys, that's okay. You like to wear heels, that's
I
okay.
love that.
Like,
Yes.
and so it's like, be yourself. It's okay. Be gay. And so what people got, everyone's gonna have a comment. So regardless whether you're straight, people will comment. And whether you're gay, people are gonna comment. So just do you. That's one thing. And the second thing would be, damn. The second thing
Take your time. It's all right.
that I would tell my younger self would be a kid.
Yes.
Be a kid. Make your mistakes. Get in trouble. Like, be a kid. Because it's gone in the blink of an eye. It's gone. You know what I mean? When we so worried about trying to be an adult, that we're going to be an adult for the rest of our lives. Be a kid. And a combination of both being a kid and being yourself, I think that would be a great childhood that I would love to revisit every time.
I love that. I love that, y'all. So I'm going to close it out with two things. And I'll tell y'all this. I would tell my younger gay male self that loves stud pussy sometimes. But I'm a gay man. But I would tell myself, love yourself better than anybody else. Because that's something I needed to know long ago, but I didn't give myself to later in life. So I would tell my younger self, love yourself better than anybody. And then the next thing I would tell myself is allow yourself to be loved and not be afraid of being loved because you always feared no one loved you. I would tell myself that, y'all. So make sure y'all subscribe to No Love Laws 2.0. Make sure y'all stream on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and don't forget you can catch us on YouTube. And make sure you continue to show that love to the page. One love.